What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest EvolutionX ROM, and this is of course based on Android 14 and the build date here is 5th December 2023. I have been testing it for a couple of days now, and I have to say initial Android 14 based build of the EvolutionX ROM on the Redmi K20 Pro, I did not expect it to be this much stable. But here I have to say it surpassed my expectations, and it's just a blazing experience already, even though this is an initial build. The flashing guide will be present in the description. It needs a dynamic partition and stuff. And I have also included a DFE that you can actually flash after the ROMs if you want your storage to be decrypted. Talking about the about section, this is how it looks like. We got the EvolutionX logo up top. We have the Android version as 14. If you keep tapping on it, you will get the Android 14's Easter egg. Let me go back. We have the EvolutionX version as 8.0.3 and the codename is Pastillas, and we have the codename of the device, that is Rafael, and we have the official mentioned right here. So this is an official almost stable build in my opinion, I would say. And the security patch that you are getting is November 1st 2023, and the stock kernel over here is the 4.14 Soviet Star, and the build maintainer is of course Stogazm or Joe. So huge thanks to the developer of this ROM. We have the build date right here, that's again 5th December 2023. In the system settings, this is how it looks like. We already are getting a system updated. That's just insane to see. Let me just go back. We also have the gestures right here. We have the quick tap actions, and you can turn it on if you want. And there are these amount of options like the take screenshot, access your digital assistant, all these features. Let me go back. We have the quickly open camera and stuff, and we have the navigation mode right here, and the settings of it, we already have the edge long swipe actions. Also, we get the pill length and radius customization, and with everything to the fullest, this is how long and thick it becomes. And we have the back gesture height, then we have the animation and stuff, then the back gesture haptic, and the IME space you can actually change from right here. We have the swipe to invoke assistant, that too works perfectly fine. And we have the left edge right edge customization as well. And we also get the 2-button and 3-button navigations. We have the one-handed mode that is working perfectly fine, and the double tap to check phone is there, lift to check phone is also there. Then we have the press and hold power button actions. Then the double tap, normal double tap to wake option is there to the ambient display, and the swipe to screenshot is also working. There is a share, edit, delete, Google Lens, and even the capture mode feature appears when it's needed. And we have the quick torch action, and you can have this automatically turn off torch option. Let me go back. We have the playback control, then the prevent ringing option as well. We also get the front camera settings. You have the pop-up camera sound effects right here, and you can disable the camera LED if you want. Now here is a quick test of the reboot time of this particular ROM. Now let's talk about the home screen. This is how it looks like, and here everything is running on 60 Hz. There is no overclocking yet of the display, and we have the swipe up to get the app drawer and stuff, and we have the swipe down to get the quick setting panel. This is how it looks like. And in case you are wondering, the dark theme, if you just disable that, yes, the notification panel will turn white, but the quick setting panel stays dark, even light theme. So that's how it is. By the way, the launcher that we are getting is the EvolutionX launcher, and it has huge amount of customizations. In the miscellaneous settings, we have the use taskbar, then the allow home screen rotation, hidden and protected apps. You can use it as an AppLock in this ROM, and in the suggestions, you can disable the suggestions and the background blur depth. And the restart option is there. Then in the recents, we have the memory info, the screenshot, lens, clear all, and the shake phone to clear all task. You can disable that and like enable whichever you want to. Background opacity you can customize, and we also have the app drawer right here. We have the themed icons, app search bar, force themed icons, then the icon labels in drawer, and the background opacity, row height, etc. you can customize. Then in the home screen, we have the lock layout, add app icons to the home screen, double tap to sleep, and the wallpaper scrolling and zooming is there, allow short parallax. Then we have the Google kind of features. And we also have even more features like the random messages and stuff. Then we have the Google search bar disabling option, music search, themed icons, etc. And we also have the icons customization. We have the icon packs right here. If you have separate icon packs downloaded, you can apply them from here. We have the notification dots and the icon size, font size, and even the max lines for app level. Now here, talking about the widgets, yes, that is working fine. The battery widget, as you can see, it's just working perfectly well. The phone's battery and Bluetooth battery is showing up, and the clock widget also works perfectly fine. Just look at the animations, how smooth they are, and even the weather widget and the subscriber count widget that I have added are working perfectly fine. So in terms of widgets, it's just an amazing experience. Now let's talk about the stock camera. Well, this is insane that we are already getting the Leica camera version 5 over here. In the Dirtface ROM that I have tried based on Android 14, there was no MIUI camera or Leica camera, but here you do get that. So that's just awesome. But let me actually show you with the front camera. You will also get these kind of modes, the Xiaomi TV and and the Xiaomi CV Film and Fresh. These kind of modes you will get. And as you can see, the front camera is actually working perfectly fine, no problems. And here in the video settings, so with the front camera you can shoot up to 1080p and 30 fps, and if you switch to rear camera, there are huge amount of options like the 4K and the frame rate option. You can actually switch to 60 fps. So 4K 60 fps is available for the rear camera. And there is the documents mode, the pro mode. You can also shoot pro mode videos if you want. All these features are still there. The portrait mode is also working fine, and even the front camera, as you can see, is working perfectly fine in the portrait mode. So this is just awesome. I'll show you some samples here on the screen, but I'm just surprised to see this Leica camera present by default over here. Let's just take a quick photo. And the picture quality, it's just awesome, I would say, and it has really good amount of details. So I have to say the Leica camera has been performing really well over here already, and that's just really nice to see. Now let's talk about the quick setting panel. Yes, it already has huge amount of toggles. You can edit and add multiple toggles from here. There are a plethora of options, but let me show you the toggles that I have added. I have the Wi-Fi, the flashlight, and mobile data and stuff, of course, you can add. Then we have the Bluetooth toggle, which shows the battery kind of stats, and it also has the battery bar right here of the Bluetooth devices, and it also appears in the status bar. As you can see, we have the auto rotate, the battery saver, the screen recording is there, including with the HEVC mode and all other features for the screen recording. We have the Google Home controls, the nearby share. We also have the do not disturb airplane mode, hotspot, the dark theme, data saver, night light, always on display. You can toggle it on or off, and even for charging. Then we also have the sound toggle right here. Then the heads up, you can disable it if you want. We have the alarm, the screencast, QR code scanner, and the camera and mic access, you can disable them. We have the security, ambient mode, etc. options, and the brightness slider is appearing on the bottom because I have customized it that way. And even we have the power menu appearing like this, and you can directly reboot to the recovery or fast boot if you have the advanced reboot enabled. Now in the app settings, of course, we do get the cloned apps section, where you can actually have dual apps kind of facility. So you can have 2 accounts in any app with this particular feature. There is also the game space, and you can add any game right here, and you can have a gaming overlay and stuff. And in the notifications, if you just go there, have this flash screen kind of with the notifications, and even the camera flash is working perfectly fine. No need to worry about that. Now let's talk about battery. Well, first of all, let me tell you that this one is having one of the best amount of battery info in this particular section. We have the battery percentage on top, battery usage, then we have the battery charge warning, the sleep mode, and we also have the battery optimization per app. And if you just scroll down more, you will get to see the battery health, the battery temperature, including with the charging cycles. So that's just insane amount of info. There is also this battery diagnostics. So this may or may not work, but yes, the feature is of course there. Now let me actually show you with the Akku battery app how much battery life that I have been getting. These are all estimated numbers, yes, but still I would say these are pretty believable. The screen on time that I have been getting, it's almost close to 9 hours of screen on time. That's just insane amount of battery life. And if you turn on battery saver, it will increase even more for sure. The screen off here, it shows 6 days, and the combine use here, it shows 3 days plus, or even 4 days you can say. So that's just insane amount of numbers in my opinion. And the battery life I have been getting is amazing. Yes, of course, I have replaced my battery. So I have a new battery over here, which has only 97 kind of cycles. But even if you have a really old battery, it can give you 6 hours of screen on time easily. And in the health section, it doesn't show anything yet because I haven't charged it fully. I'll show you whenever the stats appear. And of course, the fast charging and stuff, everything is working perfectly fine. No need to worry about that. And the charging animation looks really nice. In the sound and vibration settings, we get this media call ring, etc. volume controls, and we have even more features right here, ringtone, vibration, pattern changing option and stuff. And we have the clear calling option. This reduces background noise here, it says, and you can enable it and try it. I don't have a SIM card in the device, so I haven't tried it, but yeah, you can definitely try it out if you want to. There is the per app volume control, dial pad tone, screen locking sound, charging sound, etc. And there is also the haptic feedback as well. You can change the intensity from here. We also have the clear speaker option. You can enable it if you want to. Now talking about the stock dialer, of course, it has the Google dialer and it has the call recording option of Google dialer. You can enable the beep option if you want to from the Google dialer settings, which won't announce, and faulty calling and stuff should be working perfectly fine. Now in the display settings, we have the brightness level, adaptive brightness, extra dim, and in the lock screen, we have use device controls. If we scroll down more, we have this always on kind of features, double tap to check phone, and we have the always on fingerprint. That's screen off FOD, you can say. We have the wake screen for notification. You can disable it if you want. We have the screen timeout up to 30 minutes. Then the dark theme is there, and of course there is the use black theme option or vivid monet etc options are also there. We have the night light right here. You can change the intensity of it if you enable that. We have the live display right here, and the color calibration you can actually do from here. And the normal colors you can change it to boosted, saturated, adaptive. Then we have the allow window level blurs, auto rotate screen, and the screen protector mode is also there. Then we have the prevent accidental wake up and the wake up on plug. Now in terms of wallpapers and styles, this is how it looks like. You can also go to this particular section from here if you just long press in the blank area of the home screen, just like this. And here, let me actually show you in the wallpapers and styles, we have the clocks right here. And of course, these clocks are working perfectly fine, but do not change the color over here because this is Android 14's bug, I guess. In all ROMs, if you change the clock color of these particular clocks, it will be weird. Then you have to just open it again and just go to this particular default clock and change the clock font color to the default one. Then it will be fixed and you can use the other clocks then again. So all these clocks are there and they are working perfectly fine. And in the shortcuts of the lock screen you can change, and even more lock screen settings are there. And the home screen settings, this is how it looks like. We have the change wallpaper section. But let me actually talk about one thing, this minerals kind of section, it's a little bit buggy over here. And even we have the themed icons and the app grid. We have up to 6 by 10, so that's a huge amount of number. I have been using this EvolutionX wallpaper, but you can also go with the Papers app. The Papers app is present by default, so you can use this particular app if you want to. By the way, the recents panel looks like this. There's the screenshot, the lens, and the clear all option because I have added those. And the RAM usage status actually shows up on the bottom. I have a 6GB RAM unit, and here you have the split screen and the freeform mode. So yeah, as you can see, the freeform windows are actually looking a little bit better over here, and you can just switch the sizes and stuff from here, I guess. As you can see, you can make it smaller or larger from right here. You can minimize that. You can go into the split screen mode and you can close the app from right here. And as you can see, make it maximized to the full screen. So all these things are working fine. And even the split top, if I actually try to show you this, as you can see, the split top as well is working perfectly fine. And switching between apps with the split top, it's just working really well. No problem so far. In terms of DRM info, it has L1 certification, so you can stream Netflix or Amazon Prime videos in 1080p. And the Play Integrity API checker, it actually shows 2 check marks. Actually, it shows basic integrity and device integrity, but the strong integrity actually shows cross. So that's how it is. But banking apps, I think, should be working perfectly fine here. And the Google Photos does offer unlimited pixel-like backup, so that's really nice feature to have. Now let's talk security stuff. This is how the security settings actually looks like if you go into the device unlock. And if you go into the settings, we have the quick unlock, scramble pin layout, power button instantly locks, and the lock after screen timeout, and the enhanced privacy options. And in the more settings right here, you do not get the AppLock right here, but the AppLock is present in the launcher settings, where you can just go from the home screen settings and the miscellaneous settings and just go into this hidden and protected apps. You will get the option to actually hide a particular app and lock a particular app from right here. So that's great. You can use this particular feature to have the app lock, and I have already set it up with the Telegram app and stuff. And as you can see, the app lock is working. And if I just tap the fingerprint scanner area, the app particularly unlocks. So yes, the app lock and stuff, everything is working fine. And right now, let me just show you the screen of FOD. Yep, that is working perfectly fine. Let's try one more time. Let's try with the always on display turned on, and I'll show you how the clock actually looks like. And just notice how beautiful the always on display clock actually looks. And if you just double tap to wake, as you can see, the animation definitely looks super dope of Android 14. It just never gets old. Let me show you the wallpaper clock styles. If I just change that, if I just change the clock style to maybe this one, let's see how it looks. So this is pretty big and looks beautiful. And if I just double tap to wake, yep, the animation definitely looks super dope. And here, even from the always on display, the fingerprint scanner is working perfectly fine and has this halo kind of animation once I'm tapping the fingerprint scanner. So that's how it looks. And with the other clock style, this is how it will look like. So beautiful looking clock options of Android 14, and here also the quick toggles in the lock screen also working perfectly fine. I mean the shortcuts, and the weather actually shows up in the lock screen, so that's just nice. Now let's talk performance. Well, for that, in the test.ufo website, as you can see, it is giving me about 60 Hz or 60 FPS, so that's fine. It is not overclocked, so 60 Hz, if you're not used to it, it will feel a little bit sluggish, but if you're used to it, you will be fine with it. And here, if I just open X, let me actually show you the scrolling. Just notice how smooth it is. It's just a buttery smooth experience while I'm scrolling on Twitter. It's just no issues whatsoever. the device, it's just flying with this particular ROM. I have to say this is one of the best experiences in Android 14 that I have got. Yes, of course, I use Poco A5 as my daily driver even with EvolutionX, and that device just flies through the UI with EvolutionX ROM based on Android 14. But here, the Redmi K20 Pro does not feel sluggish at all. It doesn't give you any kind of lag or any performance drops. In my opinion, this is totally a fast, fluid daily driver. It can be with this particular ROM. So if you haven't tried the Android 14 version of the EvolutionX ROM, this is straight like knife on butter experience, I have to say. Now switching between apps as well, it's just a buttery smooth experience, no problems whatsoever for switching between apps over here, even though I have only the 6GB RAM unit. This is one of the best experiences I have seen in terms of daily driving performance and app switching and stuff and RAM management. This is just great. And here are the Android Geekbench score with a CPU stress test on this particular build to give you an idea about the overall performance of the UI. Now let's talk customizations. You will get this evolver, of course, and there are already huge amount of customizations. Yes, a lot will be added in the future, but even on this build, the customization amount, it's just surprising. Let me just jump into the theme section. We have the theme settings right here. You will get the theme style. There is the fruit salad, rainbow, and the other kind of settings you are noticing. And we have the color source as well. You can change that if you want. The luminance, chroma factor, tint background, etc. You can change. We have the dark theme options right here, and you can change that from here as well. Then we have the headline and body fonts, and these are the options for that. Of course, there are the Google Sans Medium, then the Nothing font and stuff, LG Smart Gothic. As you can see, in .57, this is the Nothing font, and all these things you can use. OnePlus fonts and the other options you can just notice from the screen. We have icon packs as well. Just notice the amount of icon packs. Also the Wi-Fi icon styles, then the icon shapes as well, and the brightness slider styles. We also get the navbar styles, then the signal icon styles, even the data icon styles. So huge amount of customizations. In the status bar, we have the status bar lyric, then the clock style options, and I have already customized the clock in case you are wondering about this. And we have the network traffic indicator. We have the battery style, and you can change it to iOS style 16. I have been using it with this one, but you already have this much amount of options for just the battery icon in the status bar. We have the battery percentage option. You can have it next to the icon, right or left. We have the battery percentage when charging, the battery bar, the status bar icons are there. We have the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons right here. Then we also have the colored icons, the notification icons, and the Bluetooth battery status and the mic camera privacy kind of things. We have the show data disabled icon and the roaming indicator. Let me go to the notifications. In here, we have the show clipboard overlay, then the heads up. We have the notification sound if active, then the kill app button, and we have the notification light and the in-call vibration options. In the quick settings, we have the hide label, and we also have the vertical layout if you want to use that. We have the battery style as well for the quick setting panel. Then we have the secure quick setting toggle styles while unlocking, and we have the quick pull down options. Then we also have the brightness slider style changing option right here for the quick settings. And the show always option is there for the brightness slider, and the position you can change it to bottom. Auto brightness icon is there. Then the show data usage and the clear all notification icon. In the power menu, we have the advanced reboot and all these other kind of toggles that you can enable. In the gestures, we have the brightness control. By just sliding a finger on the status bar, it adjusts the brightness, so that's awesome. We have the double tap to sleep as well, and the click to take partial screenshot. In the lock screen, we have the UDP settings, and right here we have the always on fingerprint, and we have the ambient music ticker. Then the lock screen clock fonts you can actually change. For these old Android 13 kind of icons, you have to use the default clock of Android 14 from the wallpapers and styles. You have to keep that in mind. But yeah, the options, just notice 100+ options are there for the lock screen clock font style. We have the show weather condition, the lock screen charging info, and the always on display. You can schedule it from right here. Hide status bar option is there in the lock screen. We have the ripple effect, the fingerprint authentication vibration, and the error vibration. We have the buttons right here. We have the navigation mode, and we have the edge long swipe actions as well. Then the end call option is there with the power button. And the volume panel timeout you can actually do. And the volume panel looks like this. You can expand the volume panel just like this. We have the per app volume control, volume steps, and the swap capacity are there in case you are using 2 or 3 button navigations. In the animations, we have the charging animation and the screen of animation. You can change it to CRT or scale. We also have the miscellaneous settings right here. We have the pocket detection. The game space is also here. We have the smart pixels as well. You have the burn-in protection. You can enable it if you want. Brightness slider haptic feedback is there, and we have the quick setting tile vibrate on touch. So these are all haptic feedback kind of customization. You can enable that even for volume panel adjustment. We have the pulse and the unlimited Google photo storage unlock higher FPS in games, and the Netflix spoof is there as well. We have the jitter, then the ignore Windows secure flags, allow application downgrade, sensor block per package, CPU info, and we also have the USB configuration, and setting it to file transfer is just very convenient for me, so I do that every time. So EvolutionX, the Android 14 build, it's just working amazingly well in the Redmi K20 Pro. I have to say this is like beyond my expectations. This 4-year-old device is running Android 14 this good. I never thought that this would be possible, but yeah, the developers make it possible. So huge thanks to the developers of the custom ROMs. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share this video with your friends if you want them to know how the Redmi K20 Pro is actually holding up after 4 years of launching. The overall experience with this is just amazing in my opinion. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. This is Tito from KTNTECH signing off for today, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.